Okay, so this is the continued excerpt on the passage in the British literature book about Queen Elizabeth's marriage. And it says, the marriage was solemnized in Westminster Abbey on November 20th when the royal processions were watched by countless thousands. The ceremony was performed by the Archbishop of Canterbury in the presence of 3 generations of the royal family and was followed by scenes of rich pageantry and of homely greetings from people gathered from all parts of the British Isles as the bride and groom left for Winchester on their journey to Broadlands near Romsey, where they spent their honeymoon. Early in the new year, they set out on their public life together, and in May paid an official visit to Paris, where they were greeted with a welcome of great warmth and spontaneity. Then early in June, it was announced that the princess would soon cancel all her engagements. On November 14th, her son, Prince Charles, was born. In 1949, Princess Elizabeth resumed her busy public life, and during that year, the Duke of Edinburgh returned to sea. He was stationed at Malta, and in November was joined there by his wife. At the end of March 1950, the princess paid a second visit to Malta, and while there, it was announced that Her Royal Highness was expecting a baby. Princess Anne was born in August. In November, Princess Elizabeth joined the Duke of Edinburgh, and together they visited Athens. In the spring of 1951, they went to Rome, where they were received by the Pope, and it was in Rome that Her Royal Highness celebrated her 25th birthday. Returning to England in time for the opening of the Festival of Britain, she embarked upon a program of public duties more formidable even than those of the years immediately before. It fell to her more than once on great state occasions to stand in the place of her father and to speak for him. When, last September, the king underwent an operation, Princess Elizabeth and the Duke of Edinburgh deferred their departure for Canada, but the king's progress enabled them to leave by air on October 7th. Their 6 weeks tour, probably the most strenuous ever undertaken by royal personages, took them across Canada in a memorable series of visits and ceremonies. Not least successful was their visit to Washington, where they were welcomed by President Truman. Upon their return, a brilliant mission accomplished, they were ceremonially received in Liverpool on November 17th and given an official welcome to Guildhall 2 days later. After spending Christmas with the royal family at Strathingham, the princess and duke left London Airport last Thursday on the first stage of the journey, which was to have taken them to Ceylon, Australia, and New Zealand, but which has been so untimely cut short only 4 days after they reached their hunting lodge at Nyeri in Kenya.